Hey guys, Thunder E here and welcome to our review of the Lenovo Yoga Tablet 2 10 inches with Windows. This is the Windows variant of the Lenovo Yoga Tablet. We saw the Android version, which Alex reviewed earlier. Comes with a pull-out kickstand, which you basically have to prop back to actually pull out the kickstand, and can support various modes. But what's really cool about this is a Windows tablet and it comes with that keyboard you see there. So you actually have almost a full functioning 2-in-1 here that Lenovo packages for all in all priced at $369 now in there, which is very nice. So that's something that is very useful. I think a lot of people will definitely like here. Now this is powered by Intel Atom processor in there. You've got 2 gigs of RAM and running Windows 8.1. But taking a closer look at the system here, you do have a micro USB port. You can see how thin it is, and at the very bottom on the cylindrical side, that's the power button. Now on the right hand side is your headphone jack, micro HDMI, and then of course you can see the tablet in its different modes. You can hang it on the wall if you choose to. You can put it in tent mode, you can put it in tablet mode, or you can just basically change it. Now the keyboard itself is a Bluetooth keyboard, which means you can go ahead and of course place the keyboard in any location and still use the tablet in full form and functionality, which is nice. And I say 1080p display for the tablet, and you can use it as a PC. That's one of the things I like about this this tablet here, is that it's got the full Windows backing on there in terms of just functionality and form. So that's something very nice. Now the display is a 1080p display, 10-finger touch, and it actually looks pretty good. I think it's a nice solid display, especially at the price range of what you're looking at. Now let's take a look at the specs in detail, just to give you guys a good idea of what this comes to the table. As I mentioned earlier, again, you do have something that's running an Intel Atom processor in there. So it's a quad-core processor. So in terms of performance, you should have some really solid performance from this. If we zoom in a little closer, you can see 2 gigs of RAM. Is running 32-bit version of Windows, which means you can install legacy applications. You can actually run a lot of applications on this and use. Now, if you notice in the lower left-hand corner, it's got front-firing speakers. So that's another thing we'll take a listen to and see how well it handles in terms of form and functionality. I think Lenovo does provide some real good quality on that aspect altogether. The next thing you're wondering is, how is the keyboard? Now the keyboard on this feels a little flimsy and light. It's a very thin keyboard altogether. It's got your full Windows key layout. You've got some volume controls and also some other extra Windows controls at the very top of your keys there, so you can actually change volume and things like that. It's a Bluetooth keyboard, so that is how it connects. Now the battery life of this keyboard so far has been pretty much about a week. I haven't needed to charge it out of the box, which is great on there. So at least on that aspect, the keyboard actually works and handles pretty well. In terms of the way the keys type, it's a little clicky. The trackpad is not the best, but it is still very usable in terms if you're using it for typing documents and things like that. But how does this function using it as, say, a traditional laptop, especially if you're sitting down on your lap? Now, it's very usable, but I found that because it's a 10-inch device, it was a little bit harder to stabilize and steady. And also the lack of a hook to actually hold it down on that keyboard can be a little bit iffy because it's magnetic lock. It holds it well enough, but you can see I do have to kind of constantly adjust it, especially depending on what your sitting angle is. If it's on a table or on a desk, it's very easy and it works out very well, but on your lap you might have to adjust it a couple more times. But again, at what you're looking at in terms of price range, I think it's still good enough for a lot of functionality and also use altogether. You don't have to use the trackpad. You can always use the touchscreen, which of course is very easily accessible for you. That being said, Lenovo promises 15-hour battery life on this device, so we decided to use Tablet Mark to actually find out how good the performance is in terms of battery life. Now in terms of benchmark, it's doing about 848, which we found is very consistent with the Intel based Atom processors. It's a slightly lower scale, but they do improve that in battery life. Now the battery life is 724 minutes, which translates to roughly around 12 hours. So that's pretty close to Lenovo's 15-hour statement. In our just regular use, we've gotten about 14 hours with this device. So this is a benchmark test, which is putting a little bit more stress on there. But you can clearly see that this thing will last you for pretty much half a full day. So, 12 hours out of a 24-hour day, you don't need to charge this device. which is very good. We also talked about those dual front firing speakers. So let's take a listen to how well they sound and give you a good idea of what you can expect from the speakers of the Lenovo Yoga Tablet to 10 inches for Windows.
If you're looking to pick one up, we'll have a link for you down our Amazon store. You can definitely pick up the UE Mega Boom. It's $2.99. I definitely recommend it. I do like the sound system. I think it's great. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. But anyway, guys, thank you very much, and always enjoy your entertainment.
So overall, the Lenovo Yoga Tablet 2 10 inches with Windows or for Windows is a solid tablet. It does a very good job as a tablet. Using it as a 2-in-1 device is still good. The keyboard is a little bit finicky for me, but very usable. The functionality of the tablet is solid. You can get good performance. It's something you can take with you on the go. This is great for younger kids in elementary school who need something to work with, some kind of functionality or form in there. So I think a lot of people like it. And I also forgot to mention that you do, when you open it up here, you do have access to your micro SD card right there at the very bottom. One thing I will mention Lenovo needs to change is how it actually connects to the keyboard, so it actually stays instead of just sliding left back and forth. And also a better way to open up the back hinge for the different for the way the tablet is. Also some improvements in the keyboard where it doesn't feel as flimsy or as light, as well as also some fixes. But overall, I do like it. I do like it because it gives you tremendous battery life. It's still got very solid performance, and I think a lot of people would appreciate that, especially for what you're paying for at $369 with the keyboard. You're getting a computer that handles very, very well. I forgot to mention, it does have an 8-megapixel camera at the rear, which takes some decent pictures. Again, it's something that's not meant to take solid pictures overall, but some decent pictures. And it does have the mode where you can actually select the images, the best image in there in your collection. So that's something to take note. But overall, like I said, I do like it. I think this is something a lot of people would definitely like. If you're looking for something affordable and easy to use, I think the Lenovo Yoga Tablet 2 10 inches is a way to go. Definitely better than an Android or iOS tablet in my mind, or even a Chromebook, because you do get form, functionality, performance, as well as just usability altogether. So if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share this video, favorite this video, do subscribe to the channel, and always enjoy your entertainment.